Hello, this is Lolly, and I'm here with my next in this Valentine card series for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft for my guest designer spot for her. Today, I'm making this little booklet card using the 3x4 cards that come in the paper collection that she gave me. And I'm using my little mini envelope punch board to make a little envelope and card to go right on the cover here. And it has a cute little spine with these little hearts in there, and one pocket where I have a tag now or a bookmark. I am going to laminate this, but I figured I would wait until I make my next one and laminate them together. So if you would like to see how this is made, stay tuned. So in the kit, or in this paper collection, it comes with these, which are the cut-apart cards, like this, you know, only the smaller versions. And I decided to use these. You need 4 in a row here, and I'm going to score in between them. Because I want this to be a mountain fold, I'm going to score on top there, and then I'm going to score these ones on the other side. So 3 and 9. I know these are 3 inches apart. Okay, and then I'm going to fold them. So mountain, valley, and mountain. Oops, I did it backwards. I did this the last time too. A beautiful scoring, but I went the wrong way again. I want to start with valley, mountain, valley. That's the way I need to do, because this is going to be the cover, the front and back cover. Okay, so we just go with what we did and just flipped it over. So on this one, I'm going to make this a pocket, this center one. So I'm just going to glue lightly the bottom and side here. And then I'm going to clip that, because this is the Art Glitter Glue. And it's not as quick setting as the Scotch Tacky Glue is. So I've got to learn to put my binder clips on my right side instead of my left, because I'm always reaching off camera with my left hand to bind with my right. Okay, so I've just bound those. And while that's setting, let's move on to the next stage. Okay, and I know that I want this little, I have a little, well, seam binding kind of like on the side right here. So this is a strip of black cardstock, and it is the same length, which is 4 inches, and I wanted 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. So it's 1 inch, and I need to score that right down the center. So if that's 1 inch, I need to score that on 1/2. And then I also want to run this through the die. This is a Lawn Fawn die that I got from Aunty Vera, and it just puts hearts right in the middle of it. It is so cute. I am going to go ahead and give this a burnish here so I can have a good sense of where I'm going with this die. Okay, let me go and run this through the machine. Alrighty, that is so adorable. Isn't that precious? Okay, so let's move that. It's a really quick card to make, so just... Actually, while we're doing this, let's go ahead and make that envelope to make sure this is nice and set up here. Let's just put this aside and put this aside and make the envelope. So this envelope is on, I did it on the mini envelope punch board. I wanted the one that was for a 1x2 card, which requires that I have a 2 7/8 inch cardstock, and that I score it at 1 3/4. Now I've done this before. This is the really thick cardstock, so it's a little harder to punch. Oops, I forgot to get this out. So punch, score, and proceed around there. And I will give you a link to my demo on how to actually use this in case you can't follow along. I got off the groove, and I have that problem with the other punch board too. I notice I have a hard time getting it started in that little groove that they give. And that's just me. Definitely takes some work there. Okay. And I realized when I cut this too that I didn't cut off that little extra there that I should have. So that is, let's see, this is going to be, that's going to be my top. I want to round that off. Again, that is really hard to do. You may notice this little cover that I made for my scissors. And when I did my Art on the Go video and I was packing to go to Creativation, I wanted to take these scissors and I didn't want the points to get tangled in the mesh of my little bag. So I just cut some chipboard and wrapped it in packing tape. Okay, the other thing I think I want to do is I have this little heart punch and I want to get the right there and just punch a decorative heart in the flap. There we go. I just think that adds a little extra to it. Okay, now the card itself, there it is, and I have the little decorative strip that comes along the end of the paper, and I'm going to gold edge all 3 of these pieces here, which gets a little hard because you run out of room to hold the paper. You can see my fingers already have gold on them. I'll let those dry, and then I will assemble all that. So in the meantime, and glue this onto that. I just want to go lightly around here. Oops. This glue is more runny than Scotch. So if you're used to using the Scotch tacky glue, you're going to find that this is, you have to be very careful with this one. It squirts out a lot quickly, more quickly than the Scotch does. Then I'm going to push this, making sure I'm got my right sides up, push it right down the center there, and squeeze and put binder clips on that. That's set. Now this gold flower is part of this ribbon that I got in the kit, and it's a trim, Memory Hardware trims from Prima. And it's very wide, which is kind of a large, too large for this project. So I'm just cutting some of these flowers out from it. Okay. All right, while this is drying, I'm going to flip these down the back so that I can lay this flat. I can go ahead and put this on here. Then I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac to get these glued on there. Just going to pinch it from the front. Now I have those melted perler beads that I have made throughout the years here, and I want to grab a pale pink one to go in the center of the large flower. But I think that these are too big for the center of that small one, so I'm just using a rhinestone. I decided to go with these little stars. They're these pearly flat back stars, and I like them too. I do have rhinestones on this one, but just to make it a little different. This can be undone. So the whole project really isn't that long because the cards are already made on the inside, and they're so cute, by the way. There we go. So in order to make this little bookmark thing here, I used one of these cards here and I cut it down narrowly. But what I think this time is I'm going to use this. I'm going to cut this off and just cut off For You on this one. Like that. But I do want to round the corners. And I like this because it has a smaller round. It has a wide round edge and a small one. I'm using the 1/4 right now. So what I'll do is I'll heat up the laminator and run both of these through. This, they're different heights, but this one would still be really cute there, right there. I'll run them through the laminator together. Okay, I've got those laminated. I ran them through half of a laminating sheet. And then I did punch a 1/8 inch hole and set an eyelet in there with my We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Big Bite. And if you have one of those and don't know how to use it, I will give you a link to the instructions down below. I have a video that I've done showing you how to use it, and underneath that video there will be a link to my instructions. So there they are again. This was the one I did for you on camera, and the one I had already set up. Very cute, and I love being able to use the 3x4 cards that come in the kit. I love being able to use this, which is the little mini envelope punch board, and I'll give you a link also to the video that I show how to use that punch board. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out all the links, because you'll also want to check out Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft and her website and how to order some of these materials from her. Thank you.